Welcome to May. May is not asking you to do more. It's asking you to get clear on what's actually yours. Because right now, there's a lot going on externally, internally, emotionally, energetically. And if you are not grounded in your truth, then it's very easy to start taking on things that is not even yours to begin with.
I'm rooted in my shine, grounded in the light. Every word I speak, planting peace in my own mind. I'm growing through the cracks, turning hurt into a sign that I'm loved.
So, welcome back. My name is Shannon, soul alignment coach with Rooted Connections. And today I'm bringing you the May energy update. And just like I've said in the past, these updates are meant to give you an idea, kind of like a forecast, some of the things that we might encounter throughout the month. So it's meant to be a guide for you, not to just hang on to every single word that I'm saying and claim that, yes, this is true for me, but just a guide to help bring awareness as you move throughout this month. And these things could come up, or you might notice these things and come to your awareness. What do you do next with it? And so there are some themes that I want to bring out for this video for May. It's not a surface level shift. You know me, I'm always talking about going inward. So we are going to dive in. And this is about discernment, clarity, trust in a way you haven't accessed before. So this energy can feel like systems are changing, emotions are heightened, and there's an underlying question of what is real and what is not. And that's really the core of May, determining what is real and what is not. Not everything you are feeling is yours. That's important to note throughout this entire month and not your entire journey. Understand, not everything you feel is yours to carry. Not everything you see is meant for you to carry. So I want to dive into some things that Spirit has downloaded and shared with me for the month of May. And I'm just going to run through some things. And so for May, what's coming through is this. Don't fear what's coming up within now. It's not here to break you. It is here to just bring awareness. There's a clearing happening where confusion starts to lift and clarity becomes more available to you. Clarity becomes more accessible to you. But that clarity isn't being handed to you. It's being revealed to you as you begin to see yourself more honestly, as you begin to see yourself in your truth. Confusion isn't your natural state. It's just something you've been sitting in. As you begin to know yourself even deeper, clarity becomes natural. It doesn't feel like it's something you're having to always work at. It just becomes natural for you as you begin to learn yourself and become more familiar with yourself. And with that, your patterns are becoming more visible. The loops, the repeated thoughts, the emotional cycles, that's what's coming more visible. So don't fear what's coming up for you. This is about bringing awareness to those things that are coming up. Whenever it starts to get uncomfortable, just know it's about awareness, and the loops, the repeated thoughts and emotional cycles, it's coming up for a reason. And I like to say that where your attention goes, energy flows. So with that, you will know exactly where your energy is going. If you don't know what's happening with your energy, where it's going, it's just out there not being minded or tended to. A good clue to reel it back in and figure out where your energy is what do you have your attention on? Where your attention goes, the energy flows. Because you do not move out of these loops by waiting. You move out of them by recognizing them. And then after you recognize them, you make conscious choices and you choose differently. There's a few themes that I want to discuss with you for May, actually 5 that I want to go through. So theme 1 is discernment. Is it real or not real? Theme 2 is clarity through self connection. Theme 3 is about breaking energetic loops. Theme 4 is about trusting in the unknown. And then theme 5 is about grounding is non negotiable in the month of May. All right. So let's just get right into it. Going over theme number 1, discernment, real versus not real. This is the biggest one I feel for this month. It's going to be one of the most important skills for the month of May. And it's been a skill that you just need to develop within yourself. And that's about discernment. Again, because right now there is a lot of noise. And if you are not intentional, you will start internalizing things that were never yours to begin with. So you have to start asking yourself questions. The art of inquiry is what I like to refer to it. Ask yourself, is this mine? Or did I pick this up from somewhere else or outside of me? So, what is discernment? Discernment is the ability to weigh or make wise decisions on if something is right for you or something is real for you or not. It requires you to hold the vibration of trust so that you are able to move forward and make a decision. That's what discernment is. If you don't trust yourself, then you will find it difficult to use discernment, to know what's right for you and what's not. I have done a video, it's out there on my channel. It's called the 4 Pillars of Rooting in Yourself. And trust was one of those pillars that were foundational for me in rooting in myself so that I can begin to grow, so that I can begin to expand. It's hard to expand into new territory when you don't even trust yourself. So, trust is imperable for you to be able to use discernment. Now, when you're not using discernment, you tend to take on energies that don't belong to you, and that leads to confusion. Because if you're not using discernment, you just think everything is just yours to deal with. And you don't realize that, hey, wait a minute, some of this ain't mine. Some of this is my family's, or some of this is, someone else's at work. But when you are hoarding all of these energies and not using discernment, it leads to your confusion. It leads to your feeling of being heavy. You should be asking again if this energy is yours to resolve or not, or is it someone else's that you picked up? So, thinking about your state of being, and instances where discernment may not be in play, okay, I'm just going to go over a few things that you could be experiencing. So, overthinking is what you're thinking about or overthinking about even true for you? Is this some made up scenario that you have dreamt and it hasn't even happened yet? You think you're trying to figure something out, but a lot of times you're actually just looping in energy that doesn't belong to you. You're trying to solve something that isn't even yours to solve in the first place. So, what are you thinking about? If you tend to fall into overthinking, one, that's a sign to pause when it starts getting loud and chaotic. The next thing is social media. And social media is using a lot of my examples because it's just a big part of everyone's life. But you scroll for a few minutes, you're just like, hey, I'm ready to relax. I'm just gonna just scroll and see what's happening on TikTok or whatever. And then you notice, okay, from the time I've decided to start doing this activity, and then 30 minutes later, whatever, I notice my energy has shifted. Now you are finding yourself in comparison, or you're questioning yourself, or you're feeling like something is off, or you're feeling like you're behind, or something is wrong with you. And what could have happened from 30 minutes ago when you just came in and be like, I'm just want to decompress my day. You're not feeling any of these things of comparison or questioning, yourself or feeling behind. But after 30 minutes of scrolling, you notice you do. Now, did that come from within you or did it come from outside of you? And so this can happen a lot and frequently on social media because one, there's a lot of things that we see that just are not true, or it's just an illusion, or it can be true. And it's just, we find ourselves in comparison. Another area is other people's emotions. Okay. You walk into a room, You feel fine. You feel ready for the meeting. You realize halfway through the meeting, you start to feel sluggish. You're starting to feel some tension, maybe some heaviness, a little stress. Is that yours? Or could it be the person next to you that's sitting at your table? Maybe they are stressed, no telling what's going on in their world. And our org fields, especially when we're in meeting rooms, we're so close together. It's easy for energy to travel and bleed into your org field, especially if you're not managing your energy. And so you again ask yourself, where did this come from? Don't automatically say, I am stressed. You know what? I feel so heavy right now. Don't automatically just own it. Observe it, examine it, you know, examine to see if this is something that originated from within you, or is this something that's coming from the outside? Okay. And then the last area I'm going to bring up is collective fear. This is so real for us right now. Collective fear. There's a lot going on in the collective in every area of the world, many different sectors. And it's easy to take those things on, and fear can spread quickly. Media headlines are blasting all the time on the TV, the internet, and all these things. It's easy to read such things and allow that energy of that, because understand this: when a journalist or media outlet, when they choose a title for their piece, best believe it's meant to invoke something. It's meant to invoke an emotion. So learn that to not absorb everything. What's happening overseas across the world, yes, you can observe, you can acknowledge, you can be in compassion, you can send love, you can send all the good energies, but it doesn't have to be yours. It doesn't have to be your truth and your reality. Okay. So be aware of this. Just because you are aware of something happening around you or outside of you, it doesn't mean that you were meant to carry it. And so that's what May is bringing up for us. And it's highlighting those things, and it's wanting you to have that come into your awareness, to start noticing these things. Okay. And if you set the intention of, this is what I want to bring to my awareness, Spirit will show you. It'll start showing up in your everyday life. You could be doing a task, whatever. And all of a sudden, something that you're going to notice or pop into your mind, and it's like come to your awareness of something that you do or a feeling that you're feeling. And it's just going to come to the forefront of awareness. And so that's what I'm talking about, is getting in the practice of being aware. Okay. The next theme we're going to get into is clarity through self connection. Clarity doesn't come from outside you this month. If you don't already know, we're talking about it's all inside. It comes from how you are willing to sit with yourself without distraction. Where are you distracted? Again, where your attention goes, energy flows. Are you in a state of clarity, or are you in a state of confusion? Okay. And if you are in confusion, how do you obtain clarity? Okay. Identify where you are and then ask why you are confused. That is the first step towards clarity. Self inquiry. Why? Awareness brought it to you. Why? It's important to understand how to achieve clarity and why you are in confusion. The more you learn of yourself, the clearer you are. You're going to be clearer on what you should be doing and what your needs are. And then also what you shouldn't be doing. As you distill down and as you draw within and you begin to filter out the things that are no longer serving you, filter out the thought processes and the programming and all those things that are no longer serving you, and you remove and you start to reveal your true, authentic self, you're going to realize, oh, this is my energy. This is what I really love to do. I thought I loved that. And maybe I did at one point 10 years ago. But today, I'm ready to move on. My soul is ready to go forward in some new energy. Okay. So to get to that space, you need clarity. And spirit is here to help you with that clarity. So, how do you access it from spirit? When we talk about accessing things from spirit, we're talking about, again, going within, and we're talking about going into the unseen places, okay? The inward places, your inner spiritual senses. To access that space, you need to step away and breathe, use the breath to calm yourself down, bring the nervous system into a calm state. Find silence for yourself. Establish some silence to separate yourself from the noise. Meditation, journaling, those things, are great for helping to sift through all of the junk, the minutia that we get thrown at us every single day. Sort it out, journal, meditate. You're listening in meditation. This is not prayer or invocation. You're sitting to quiet your mind to listen. And then my favorite, nature. This is how you can access spirit so easy in nature. And so the key here is understand where your clarity comes from. It comes from going within and sitting with yourself, the higher self, that access to spirit, great mother, source of all there is, that wants the highest good for you, that wants you to be experiencing the clarity and the peace right now. Receiving clarity is divine healing, as it is awakening you to new pathways of higher truth and opportunities. Clarity in itself is receiving healing. So go into your quiet space. This is your healing time to heal yourself. We're healers because we heal ourselves. We're not healers because we heal others. We are healers because we heal ourselves. So go within. Clarity is divine healing. It's opening up new ways, pathways to higher truths and opportunities. Clarity is a form of healing because it brings you out of illusion back into truth. Clarity is a form of healing because it brings you out of illusion back into truth. All right, breaking energetic loops. If you feel stuck, it's not random. It's a pattern asking to be seen. Learn to identify your energetic patterns and why it is a loop in the first place. These loops are asking to be seen. An energetic loop is a repeated pattern of thoughts, emotions, reactions that just keep leading you back to the same experience over and over again. Understand why you are seeing something again and learn to recognize patterns. That is a big one. Patterns and synchronicities. Learn that skill of recognizing patterns. But the reason why we experience things again is because we didn't get it right the first time. We didn't learn the lesson the first time. And so we need another angle to go around the block again to see, okay, well, maybe I can see the lesson from this angle and move on from this loop. So that's why we experience energetic loops, is because we are not learning what we need to learn. And we want to hold on and attach to things that are no longer serving us. And we're in fear and scared to let it go. So that's why it keeps coming up. It's not because life is random, but because there is pattern underneath. Again, learn to recognize patterns. The patterns can show up as same thoughts, emotional triggers. That's a big one. Same type of situations, the same outcomes over and over again. It usually starts with a thought. That thought creates a feeling. That feeling is going to drive your reaction. And then that reaction reinforces what? The same result again. And then it repeats. These patterns can show up often in your relationship dynamics. You keep attracting the same type of relationships, the same type of friends, partners. It can show up in doubt before action. You want to move forward, but every time you get close to moving forward, guess what? Doubt creeps in. That's a loop until you break it and learn and recognize, oh, I see this coming over here to distract me. Another one is emotional triggers. You keep telling yourself the same story, even when you're trying to grow, even when you're trying to grow out of it and past it. You keep retelling the same story. You are 50 years old and you are still telling the story of why You are the way you are. Why you have turned to alcohol, why you have this addiction or this issue is because your parents, your mom, your dad, all these things from what happened when you were 13, when you were in your childhood. You're still carrying that heaviness with you at age 50. Now, you have physically grown from 13 to 50, but energetically, that pattern is still ingrained in you. And it's called an energetic loop because it's not mental. It's not just mental. It's something your body, your emotions have gotten used to, your nervous system. It's ingrained in your nervous system. So you're, as the 50-year-old adult, are not recognizing this energetic cord is tied all the way back to teenage years. It might be tied all the way back to when you were 5, when your bubble was bursted and whatever happened to your world. But that's just how long we can stay in loops and not even realize it. And so that's what Spirit is wanting to bring to us today is awareness. Again, clarity is healing. Awareness is healing. How do you break it? The loop doesn't break by accident. It breaks the moment you become aware of it. The moment you become aware of it and choose something different. So it goes from awareness. We're going to map this out. Awareness to going within. When you go within, you gain clarity. From clarity, you can make intentional choice. And from that choice, you can break out of your loop. Okay? Awareness creates clarity. Clarity creates different choices. Different choices break the loop. Trust your process, that you are being supported in helping you move past these energetic loops. Trust that Spirit is helping you move past these energetic loops. You are not alone. Spirit will open many opportunities, many pathways. Be open to receive. Can you receive? You might be used to giving, but can you receive? You don't need more information. You need a different response. Okay. So, next, we're going to go into trusting the unknown. This is where people get uncomfortable. Trusting the unknown. Spirit is asking all of us to trust, to hold the vibration of trust. I am recording this, what's today? May 3rd, Sunday. We are in Taurus season. Taurus is about your grounded truth because this energy, it feels like you're stepping into something you've never experienced, okay? Unknown territory. Trust the unknown. We've never been into energetic spaces like this before, but no, you are guided by Great Mother, Source, angels, your ancestors, and others that are in spirit that are for your highest good. Understand that you have support that is for your highest good. Quit focusing on the negative and this is trying to get me, they are trying to attack me. But who is for you? Who is supporting you? Sorry, I don't mean to yell. Don't mean to yell. I get a little excited sometimes. Don't let fear be the leader, but recognize that you are loved and being supported, okay? To move past any delay or blockage. Don't let fear be the dominant frequency. I'm not saying you got to have your fear meter all the way down to 0%, but don't let it be the dominant frequency. As things crumble around you, you must, and when I say crumble, sometimes that is, maybe there is an abrupt relationship breakup and you've gone from being married for several years to now divorced. Maybe you've lost your job. Okay. This is a space of unknown territory, unknown energetic space, and it's uncomfortable. But this is a forecast, guys. And so if any of these things come up for you, I want you to revert back to these tips and understand that you're being supported and that you need to trust and hold on to that vibration of trust. We must go through the destruction of the illusion in our lives to experience the truth. Okay. So if something is being pulled away from you, if something was just seemed like it was just blown up, it was crumbling, the relationship crumbled, whatever, and it feels like somebody has just swiped the rug from out from under you, count it all joy. Understand that you're supported. and that the old must crumble for you to step into what's new for you. For you to experience truth, the illusion must go away. And that can be uncomfortable. I realize that. And that can create some uncertainty. So, how do you hold the vibration of trust? When doubt creeps in, you go back to your core practices. You remember your truth. You remember you are safe. You remember you are abundant. You're not in lack. And you remember you're loved. You should have, or you should create your personal spiritual toolkit. Your spiritual toolkit is packed with spiritual practices to help bring you back into balance and wholeness. The purpose of it is so that, especially as you are new to your journey and you are an awareness is coming about and you are experiencing a lot of newness, right? And so you want to have grounded practices to keep you steady as you grow. And so here are a list of, I'm going to call these categories of my spiritual toolkit. But the point is for you to go through these categories and insert the one that resonates with you. It becomes your practice. Okay. Invocation or prayer is a must, I feel like, to having your kit. Again, practices like meditation and stillness, breath work, mantras and affirmations. Starting out, if you're having troubles with what do I affirm? What do I say? There's lots of good resources out there. Go online, find some affirmations that resonate with you. But affirmations, don't overthink it. It's just whatever you want to affirm in your life. You wake up that morning and you're not feeling peaceful, you have an anxiety, then call in peace. Spirit, higher self, whatever you want to say. If you want to say God, great mother, help me to feel peace in this moment. I am invoking peace into my day. Journaling, grounding in nature, movement, exercise, whatever that looks like for you. Your nutrition, what are you putting into your body? Nervous system support, fun, inner child play. Do you ever take a break to just go do something for fun? Connection with others. We were not made to do this alone. We learn, we heal, we experience from others. Altar work. Your altar, you can set it however you want. There's no rules about it. If you're doing it and creating it from the heart, it could be a simple table with a cloth and a candle, a glass of water, picture of intention, whether it's your ancestor or family member, whatever you want to do, there's no wrong. And then music, sound modalities. So I really love to listen to frequency style type music. So what you want to do with these categories is you want to, again, customize it for yourself. So go on YouTube. If there's certain meditation music you like, if there are sound frequency music you like, or certain artists you like, make a playlist of your favorite songs that help bring you to stillness, that help bring you to peace, or even help energize you to get you up and doing something. Make your playlist. This is what I'm talking about, building your toolkit. These are just some categories to hold for you to complete. But the purpose of having a completed toolkit is to have support when life gets dense and hard. When life gets dense and hard, and it's going to happen, you will have those days. It's part of our human experience. We can't escape it. We live on the great planet Earth, the planet of form, the planet of density. So we are going to have some dense moments. As simple as that. But this is not where you resonate, okay? We don't resonate in the density. We want to rise into a lighter field. We want to rise. We want to keep our vibration high. We want to be the alchemist in our life. Build your personal toolkit and use it. It's like a safety net, because when you're in the crisis or in the situation or the frustration, you want to already have something in place that you can come to and use. Remember, you've never been this version of you before, so of course it's going to feel unfamiliar, okay? Trust the unknown, relax, extend grace to yourself, extend compassion to yourself. And again, I will say it again, you are being supported. You are supported. All right, our last thing we're getting into for the month of May is about grounding. Grounding is non-negotiable. This is not optional this month. Well, I guess it's optional. We all have free will, But if you're not grounding this month or, often or have that within your practice, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. This is unknown territory, guys, and you got to trust that you're being guided through it. But grounding in nature is a must. And why is that? Getting in nature will help you neutralize the dense energies so that you are able to hold your vibration. Again, it's a tool. Grounding, it's a tool. Use it. We are getting bombarded from every which way. We have, of course, what we deal with in our everyday physical world, but then we have the sun that's beaming intense energies. We have interstellar activity happening. There's so much happening. And this isn't just some woo-woo stuff, the grounding thing, the hippie stuff. Y'all, communing with nature is where we're supposed to be. It's not hippie, so let's lose these labels. It is the natural state of being is where we need to be. We are all connected and the earth is very sentient. We walk across this ground and it is a living being and most are so disconnected from it and don't realize it. You're walking on your concrete and you're disconnected. But again, it's not woo-woo stuff. So let me get back on topic. Okay. So grounding isn't just spiritual, it is physiological as well, which means the body is responding to it. When your body connects with the earth, it helps regulate your nervous system, it reduces stress, and even supports better sleep. That's why I say it's not optional right now, okay? Your body needs some place, somewhere to place all of this energy that you're encountering, that you are processing through. Again, we live in a very dense dimension. As we transmute through these densities, through our inner spiritual practices, okay, like meditation, we must also transmute the physical by physically grounding our body. An easy way and a free way to ground is just go outside, find you a patch of grass, some dirt, sand, take your shoes off, be barefoot, touch the grass, dirt, sand, 10 to 20 minutes out there. You can sit next to a tree or go for a walk outside, a slow walk outside without distractions. Not walking outside on your phone, talking to someone, but just really being intentional with your time, guys. This is what I'm talking about, just connecting in. You're processing a lot of energy right now. Your body needs somewhere to place it. Ground, ground. So if I could bring this all together for us, May is asking you to anchor into your truth. While everything around you can be uncertain and feel uncertain, anchor into your truth. Not by trying to control it, but by choosing yourself within, by choosing to go within. Spirit is ushering us through a dense mess. It's very dense right now. We cannot be distracted by the mess. There's lots of distractions, but we must each focus on ourselves and our vibration individually so that collectively we can all experience the shift that we're wanting to see. It always starts from inward and it ripples out into the collective. Starts with you and ripples out to collective. So, don't feel bad if you can't do what you want to do to help the people in the Congo, to help people, that are going hungry right here in your state or, in our country. There's so many different areas to help in. By you doing your work, meaning doing the work of recognizing where you're not in alignment, where you are rippling out toxicity because of the programming, going in, gaining clarity for yourself, receiving healing for yourself so that now you can make new choices and decisions. That's what's going to shift the collective and the atmosphere. So you haven't failed yourself. You've made it this far through things you didn't even understand at the time. So you, even in your unawareness of certain things, you have made it. You're here. So why would the guidance stop now that you're being asked to come into awareness? Okay, you're being supported. You're being guided. You've always been guided, even when you were in unawareness. So what I want you to do is to get a piece of paper, write these down or type it in your phone as I go through them. There are a few questions that I want you to go through and answer in your quiet time. Don't try to do this when, are just rushing or anything. I really want you to get settled. Practice getting yourself settled into stillness and go through these questions. And as you go through them, I don't want you to sit and really analytically think through them. I want you to feel yourself through them. I want you to write what comes to your mind first, what naturally just comes up in you without trying to manipulate it. Just write the answers. Okay. Okay. We're going to examine your relationship with comfort and transformation. Okay. So here's the question. Are you looping in comfort, or do you have the courage to step into transformation? Are you looping in comfort, or do you have the courage to step into transformation? Next question. I want you to examine the people or things you love. So let's bring that into the awareness. Examine those people and things that you love. Now, the question, is it really love, or is it an attachment? Do you really love it, or are you just attached? Some things might show as a yes. Some things might show up as, you know what? I'm really not in love with this. Okay. Last question. I want you to now examine the people or things you are loyal to. Okay. So let's bring the awareness to the people or things that you are loyal to. Loyalty. The question, is it loyalty or fear of change? I know there's some things that we can champion on how loyal we can be. I'm so loyal to this job. You pat yourself on the back. You've been on your job for 20 years, 15 years, whatever the length of time is. But are you there because you're just loyal to that company? Or is it fear of change? You don't feel like looking for another job. You don't know what's out there. You don't know what type of people you might encounter in the new work area. So, again, guys, I want you to answer these questions in your quiet time so that you can really start to see what comes up for you and really start that awareness wheel going. This is all about awareness. So, if this resonated with you and you are navigating this space right now where things feel a little unclear, a little heavy, or you're just trying to stay anchored in your truth, I want to invite you to something a little more intentional. I have started a group. I'm hosting a space called the Rooting Cipher. It's a private live Zoom circle where we come together off social media, out of the noise. We come together to reconnect, reflect, and ground back into ourselves. This space is for you if you are becoming more aware of your patterns, your thoughts, your energy, and you don't want to navigate that space alone. Come to the cipher. If you feel everything deeply and sometimes that becomes overwhelming for you, you're an empath, come to the cipher where you're going to learn how to manage your energy. You're in a season of change, growth, maybe uncertainty, and you're looking for clarity and stability. Join the cipher. Or if you're tired of just consuming content and you're ready to actually process and integrate what's coming up for you, come to the cipher. You've listened to all the videos, you've read a lot of books. Okay, you're gaining the information, but what do you do with that information? If you want to know how to actually process and integrate so that you can embody and move from alignment and truth, come to the cipher. So what you'll experience inside the Rooting Cipher, it's a grounded, judgment-free space where you can express what's real for you. There will be live coaching and guidance to help you quantum jump through what you're facing. So I'll be giving some live coaching to help you what I call quantum jump. So quantum Q&A. And what that really is basically it's getting you into that. Okay. What is it? What do we need to do to help you to shift from where your state of being or your mentality is? What is it to make just that next shift? Okay. We're going to be dealing with that. Reflection and awareness that brings you back to clarity. And then a sense of community, being seen, heard, and supported without having to perform for someone. Because I'm not about to perform for you. This is not for entertainment. This is about life. This is about living your truth in your life from the highest that it can be. So we have enough entertainment outside of us. So this is not what this is. This is not about fixing you. Okay. It's about helping you come back to yourself. Simple as that. It's about helping you come back to yourself with awareness, more clarity, and more trust. The Cypher is free to join or it's donation based. If you are feeling pulled to be in a space like that, I would so love to have you there. I would really love to have you there. You can find the link to join in the description box. The first one is May 9th at 11 a.m. It's a Saturday. However, the monthly Cypher will be every Wednesday evenings. Our second meetup will be the first Wednesday of the month in June. Okay. So if you're wanting to join that, click the link in the description and sign up. Now, if you are wanting something deeper, more personalized, one-on-one support, I offer that too. You can book a free connection call to get started with that journey. We can explore what it's like to work together and what it would look like for you. It's a time to get a baseline going and see what we're working with, basically. I will put that link in the description box as well if you want to do that. May, again, is about pulling you into yourself, about trusting yourself despite what's going on outside of you so that you can move with clarity, so you can move with healing. To wrap this up, thank you again. Please like this video and share this video. And I want to say thank you to all of our subscribers. We are a new channel. We just started this year and we have grown, I feel like, quite a bit. And so I want to extend a special thank you for those that have resonated to say, I want to subscribe to your channel. So thank you. Now, with that being said, please engage with us. Like our videos, put a comments down below if something resonated with you. If you have questions, you can put that down below. I will get back to your questions. So put those in there. Interact with us. Come to the Cypher. I can't wait to see you. I'm excited about the journey and what's to come. Again, if you have any questions, put them in the box. Until next time, again, my name is Shannon. I'm a soul alignment coach here to help bring clarity and bring you back to your authentic space. And I'll catch you next time. Peace and love.